Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Leroy back with another analysis video. I'm just gonna do a quick update on what's happening on um, my favorite pair, Eurusd. Now, this is just gonna be a quick like little Thursday analysis, just to bring us back up to speed with what has been going on in the market. So, looking at the daily, we see that we're in this daily bullish range over here, right? Now, price previously broke structure and has pulled back to the daily extreme, and now is basically making its way up, and we're expecting price to come and break structure up here, right? Now, for the daily to pull back, the 4 hour had to make sort of like a downtrend to the downside, and now the 4 hour has aligned back up and is busy making a bullish trend to the upside until this daily high is expected to be mitigated. Right now, we'll see that when we go to the 4 hour, but on the daily we can see that we've just had a minor pullback and basically broke this minor structure, creating this demand zone over here, and price hasn't pulled back there yet, so we'll see how price will develop on the 4 hour chart. Now, as I said, you see the 4 hour has been making a bearish trend to the downside and now has aligned back to make a bullish uptrend to potentially go and break that daily high, right? Now we can see that as of yesterday, price has recently broken the previous high there. Just got so many of these templates right here, right? And we have created this demand zone over here, which price could potentially go back to mitigate when it pulls back, because after a break of structure, what do we expect? We expect a pullback on that time frame, right? So the 4 hour might make a little retracement, tap into these zones right here and go on to break this high over here, right? But that hasn't happened yet at this point. So it's basically what is happening on the 4 hour. Let's see if there's any 4 hour supply. There's this zone over here, right? Now, previous unmitigated supply zones will tend to cause 4 hour pullbacks, right? Now, if the 4 hour is making a bullish uptrend and taps into previous unmitigated supply, that's when you'll see it having that 4 hour pullback and continuing to make those high highs in this case. So the next zone that we're looking the 4 hour to get to is here, where price can potentially come in, tap into this unmitigated supply, and then go on to make a pullback into this demand zone, and then would look to buy long here and target this 4 hour high, right? So that's basically what's happening on the 4 hour. We still have this zone here that caused the previous pullback, but it has been mitigated. Let me just cover this high as well. Price is still trying to break this 4 hour supply zone over here, so I'm just gonna label that as a 4 hour mitigated zone, just so that we are aware that there might still be some orders to cause price to react within this little rectangle over here, right? So some of you might call that support, but for me this is a supply zone. But ultimately, because this zone has caused the previous 4 hour pullback, I'm looking for it to get smashed right now, and we're looking to target this zone over here, right? So go on the M15. Yesterday I was trying to get short from this zone over here, short from here, because as you can see, the M15 was still making a bearish downtrend to put it to facilitate this 4-hour pullback, right? So for the 4-hour to pull back, the M15 has to make a bearish downtrend, right? Now, from what we can see that this M15 bearish trend has been broken to the upside, and price went on to break the 4-hour high, right? What we would usually do is, when price breaks the M15, we'd wait for a pullback, right, in that M15 demand zones somewhere here, and then we'd get long here and then try to target this 4-hour high. But then when price started breaking structure, this is essentially around the time when I stopped trading. So yeah, and there was no opportunity for me to catch the move to cause the 4-hour break of structure, because looking at the 4-hour, this wasn't a very big range. I was at least expecting the 4-hour to come and mitigate the EQ, but it didn't come and do that, because there's just been a lot of high momentum, and yeah, price just made a shallow pullback and went on to break structure to the upside. So I didn't catch the move to cause the break of structure, but I did catch a few cells coming down, right? Anyway, it is what it is. We'll see that we've also broken, we've had a double break of structure to the upside. So on the M15, let's see, alright, so we've come in, we haven't had any bearish structure shifts as yet, but hold on, I'll tell you that now. So we've broken this high. Okay, we had an M15 bearish chalk there. The price went on to break the high. What's going on, and we've had another M15 bearish change of character. So this potentially can signal that the M15 is looking to make a pullback down into these zones over here, right? Let's just mark them on quickly. This is the zone that caused the M15 break of structure. So we could see a sustained move for the M15 to pull back, to mitigate this zone over here, and then to go on to break structure to the upside, right? Now let's see, has the M15 pulled back enough for us to classify this as a valid pullback? No. Okay, that's the high of the M15. What I want to see is, I want to see the M15 pull back to such an extent that it pulls back to the 23.6, right? To the 23.6 retracement value. Some people like to see a certain pip retracement of at least 15 pips, and we see that we haven't pulled back. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, this is, for me, is not a valid pullback. And for most SMC traders who like to see that we have that 15 pip rule, that the M15 needs to pull back at least 15 pips before they can classify it as a valid pullback, right? It hasn't pulled back far enough for me, but yeah, as soon as price mitigates this 23.6 fib retracement, I will classify this as a valid M15 pullback, and I will go on to mark the high of that M15 and look to start trading the pullback. So that's it for me for now, and we'll see how price develops. But my basic sentiment is I'm looking for, just 1 second. Alright, that's the strong high of the M15, the strong low, sorry. I'm looking for price to essentially pull back into the discount, right? Into discount prices and tap into this zone right here, where we'll monitor price on the M1 and look to catch the move that will go on to break structure to the upside. Because if you can remember, we're actually targeting the daily high, right? We're targeting the daily highs, and we're going to play those minor pullbacks on the M15 until we've basically broken that structure, right? Makes sense? So yeah, that's how I'm looking to trade my day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.